Thank you so much, Ileana, for that thorough and clear welcome and orientation. And hello, good evening, everyone. It's sweet to see your names and faces, some familiar faces, many new names and faces. So if we haven't met, as Ileana said, my name is Oren. I'm speaking to you from my home in El Cerrito, California, just about 45 minutes south of Spirit Rock, on the ancestral lands of the Ohlone people. And I'm particularly happy to see a few folks from the Steadying Your Heart Brahma Vihara retreat that we just finished practicing at Spirit Rock. So good to see you all again. Well, we'll start with a little meditation. We'll take a short break to stretch the legs, take care of your body. We'll come back. I'll offer some reflections on integrating our practice into our life, and then leave a little time at the end for questions and discussion. So happy to be here. Looking forward to practicing together this evening. So if you aren't already, go ahead and settle into a comfortable posture, sitting, standing, reclining. And maybe just to start by listening to the body. Just noticing what your body needs, how it wants to move before coming into stillness. If you want to stretch at all or take a few deep breaths. There's so much intelligence in our bodies, and so much of the pace of our lives and the emphasis on screens disconnects us from the wisdom and the knowing in our body. And so a lot of the work we end up doing in certain phases of meditation practice is just trying to reconnect with the body, bring the mind and the body together. And this is supported, of course, by movement, stretching, breathing. So as you come into stillness, you can let your eyes close or just gaze down at the ground in front of you if that feels more comfortable. And starting by just doing nothing. So notice if you're immediately kind of rushing in to a certain technique or to accomplish something or to focus. And notice how it is to just leave some space. You might think of it as like walking out of a building into the night, and all of a sudden you notice the sky is full of stars and it's still and it's quiet, and you're just kind of taking in where you are, letting your senses wake up. So in that same way, as we turn our attention inwards, can we just start to take in, to receive the inner landscape just as it is? So noticing if your body feels awake or tired, and parts that feel contracted and tight or expanded and loose. Noticing any emotions or moods that are present, like the weather of your heart. And getting acquainted with how it is for you right now. And as you notice these various aspects of your experience, you might also notice the places where your body is touching the ground. So your feet or knees on the floor. If you're sitting, the chair or the cushion or mat beneath you. And see how it is to just attend to the sensations of contact there. Sense of steadiness, Just letting your whole body rest on the earth. Imagining that every cell could receive the support of this vast, stable ground beneath you. And how is it to begin to let that in? Something that supports you, something you can rest on. Does anything shift in your breathing, the muscles in your face or your shoulders, maybe even in your heart? And so meditation includes kind of different vectors, different ways of being that we attend to. So one is a certain quality of slowing down. So this is why we might close the eyes or let the body become still. Just beginning to rein in some of the energy that habitually flows outward, downshifting inside. So slowing down, you might notice your body breathing. You might notice the uprightness of your spine, just a sense of being here. When we slow down, we also incline towards being aware. So this is this process of waking up to what's here right now. Just noticing how it is for you. And seeing if within this whole mixture of experiences, thoughts, sensations, emotions, different sounds around you, where you might rest your attention, using internal or external reference point or anchor, like the breath, your hands resting in your lap, or even the sounds around you. It could be just the contact with the ground, the sensations of pressure, warmth, steadiness. So we slow down, become aware, and we enter into relationship with what is, however it is for you right now. Just connecting. Relationship is a process. like a conversation, there's a give and take. So as we connect with whatever's happening, we also look deeply and sense what's needed. So if the heart feels contracted in fear or pain, we listen. What's needed here? Some warmth, some space, maybe a break, attending to something else. It's a relationship. The heart feels peaceful, calm, still. We receive that, perhaps just enjoy, savor, linger there. So just to be clear, just inviting you to rest your attention lightly somewhere in your experience that feels easeful. Sounds, the breath, the body. And then to notice what's happening. However it is for you, can you be in wise relationship with it? Listening for what's needed, responding appropriately inside, rather than judging, blaming, trying to control or get away from what's happening. This is our practice. If you start to drift, you notice the mind has wandered. You begin to get caught up, tangled in something. As soon as you notice, most of the work is done already, in the sense that awareness is already returned. So that moment of recognition is so important. Oh, struggling, daydreaming. We wake up out of the trance. It might be helpful to let your attention just gently return to an anchor, a reference point, just to kind of regroup. Or you might see, is there the space to have a wise relationship with whatever is occurring in the heart, mind, or body? To feel and sense it in a balanced way, just allowing it to unfold right here, right now. Perhaps even to allow yourself to get curious and playful. What is this? This thought, this memory, this worry, this feeling, this mood, this familiar pattern. Who is this? What happens if I just step back and feel this without needing to act on it, make it go away, figure it out, solve it? So the simplest form of practice is just resting with an anchor, gathering our attention, allowing things to settle. Then there's opening to the rest of our experience, noticing what is and coming into relationship with it. How is it for me right now? What is this experience of being human? As we open to the way things are, there's one part of the practice that's just about bearing witness, just observing, feeling, sensing things as they are. And there's another part that's about responding, attending to what's needed. When we're sleepy, we brighten the mind. We sit up straighter. We might breathe more deeply, even open the eyes or stand up. We respond, we adjust. If the heart's caught in anger or hatred, we feel the burn of that. We recognize the harm to our own heart. And so we might respond appropriately to see what's needed. Some soothing, perhaps understanding the message, some deep value of ours, asking to be heard. When there's grief, we bring tenderness. When there's fear, we bring courage and steadiness. So the practice is an unfolding conversation, a process of being and responding, of listening and then adjusting. Sometimes we just listen and observe when there's enough balance and clarity in the heart-mind. Other times we need to actively add certain ingredients: patience, kindness, compassion, energy. So you need to trust your own wisdom as we sit to know what's needed right now, to just rest with an anchor and keep it simple. To observe, to just know what's unfolding as it arises, and perhaps at certain times to respond, to call forth the beautiful aspects of our heart. So we'll continue sitting quietly like this together for a little bit longer. So letting your eyes open, bringing some movement into the body. Just looking around the space where you are. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's take about a 5-minute break. Stretch your legs, get some water, do what you need, and we'll come back just at the top of the hour for a Dhamma talk. All right, see you soon.